I wanted to talk a bit about the Jiu Feng Smuggler Pack 3 that came out yesterday. I know I haven't really done a DLC review. I don't really do those anymore, and most of you are probably here for the quick 2-minute Payday guides, but I just actually have something to say about this one. Not because it was a terribly exciting DLC on its own. It mostly consisted of 3 new weapons, a bunch of new mods, and the new weapon charm cosmetics, which I'll get into, but talking about those elements before I get into why this DLC really fascinates me, the KS-12 Urban Assault Rifle, it felt like a halfway decent assault rifle. Of the 3, that's the one that I didn't really see nothing really stood out to me. I'm glad it came with a DMR kit, and I like how moddable it is, but it's just an assault rifle. The RUS-12 Angry Tiger Revolver is very cool as an armor-penetrating revolver. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with one of those, but it's like, new AP revolver. Like, that wasn't a thing before. Now it is. So that's pretty cool. The thing that I'm really excited about, and probably my favorite part in the whole DLC, is the new Kang Arms Model 54 pistol because of the underslung shotgun attachment, which is something that we've never had before, and is a hugely useful thing to have in our heisting inventory because it can kind of fill the role of a shotgun and a pistol, which is kind of like an all-purpose combat weapon, which is great for builds where the other slot is filled with some sort of utility item like a saw. Probably the biggest downside to this pistol is its accuracy. When I used it in a saw bill, I went to Go Bank and I tried to see how it fared, and it definitely lived up. I used AP rounds in the shotgun section so that I could kill shields, and it did a great job of that. The only thing that I really didn't have an answer to was snipers. But all in all, it did the job in loud. Sadly, you cannot silence the shotgun. In stealth would be amazing. I think it would instantly become the second best stealth weapon in the game behind the Judge if you could silence both of them. But even if you can't, it's still a really cool pistol, and that gets into why I'm excited, because this is new ground, a shotgun and a pistol in the same weapon. Up until now, we only had 2 weapons with underslung at all, and both of them were underslung grenade launchers, which is a completely different classification of weapon from the rifles that they were both attached to. So by releasing this pistol that is both a shotgun and a pistol, Overkill is breaking into new ground in a really exciting way that I hope they capitalize on. I want them to keep coming out with new weapons that do this. There's like one of my favorite weapons in real life is called the M6 survival rifle. It was given to parachutists in World War II, and it is a hybrid rifle shotgun since it was mostly used for hunting game. But a hybrid rifle shotgun has been something I've wanted to see in Payday for a while, and it's just like, there's no way that's ever going to happen, but it might happen now because we've gotten a shotgun pistol, and Overkill has realized, hey, we have completely run out of ideas for new weapons. Payday just has hundreds of guns at this point. This is an untapped market for new, exciting, dual-purpose pistols, dual-purpose rifles, dual-purpose anything, and I cannot wait to see it. On the topic of things that I can't wait to see expanded, the new weapons charms is a new cosmetic system that I will admit on the surface is not terribly exciting. The 4 weapon charms you get with it and the 2 weapon charms you get in the base game, I don't want to put them on any of my guns. None of them really fit into the designs that I've put, or the skins that I use on my guns, but I'm still very excited to see it as a system because I always welcome new cosmetic additions to the weapons themselves. Overkill has taken so many massive steps in that front, adding new ways for us to customize our weapons, that the idea that they're open to new ones, first of all, they're going to come out with new weapon charms, and I know that they're eventually going to add something that appeals to me, something that I'm like, that is the type of charm that I want to see on my weapon. It happened to me with gloves. I wasn't too jazzed with the early gloves. I wasn't too jazzed with the early weapon skins. I wasn't too jazzed with that weapon skin that's like an entire Omnis skin where you choose a wallpaper from the options, but in every single case, they just kept adding more cosmetic options to that slot, and I found something I really liked. And what I'm hoping is that Overkill just keeps coming up, not only with new charms, but new ways to customize our weapons, 2 that I think would be really obvious and very cool. The first would be CSGO style stickers. That one, I genuinely think they're going to do that at some point. I think it's a perfect addition to the Payday cosmetic weapon customization system. The other one, which is a little more far-fetched, is some form of unusual weapons like what you see in Team Fortress 2 and Dota 2. That would be cool. That might be a little nutty for Payday 2, but I think we've pretty effectively established by this point that the sky is not even the limit for how crazy Payday is willing to take its stuff. So those are the reasons that I'm excited about the Jiu Feng Smuggler Pack 3. I purchased it immediately. I buy every DLC the millisecond it comes out because I know that Overkill was in dire financial straits. They're doing much better now, but I want to do what I can to keep them in business because Payday 2 is still one of my favorite games of all time. And I just want to do my part to keep the lights on at Overkill Software. So you should do that too if you want to get the DLC, and you won't be disappointed by the Kang Arms Model 54 pistol at minimum. If you're going to get the DLC for one reason, that is the one. But keep an eye out, because I don't think it's going to be the last combo weapon that we see in Payday's future. But whatever weapons you end up using on the battlefield, I hope you're having a great September, and I hope you have a great rest of the year. I'll see you in the next video. This is Abacus with the Spuff of Legend. Keep those helmets flying.